it's that negativity is in some way defeating the divine energy, and it'll cause problems for them. If you don't know about these things, you don't know about them. But if you deny them, it can thrust you into trouble. Okay, it's good to be judicious, but I think it's also good to listen. But the point that I do want to make here is that okay, there's material reasons for things, but these ethereal reasons are a superior cause. So I think this is another thing that people get wrong, is that magic isn't, and this is something I got wrong at the very beginning too, is that magic isn't always a replacement cause. In fact, it's not even often a replacement cause. Like, okay, when I was at the beginning and I was doing a lot of astral projection and dream work and energy work, yeah, I could directly manipulate my body. I could directly manipulate my health, and there was only a magical cause. There wasn't a physical cause that I was manifesting. Now, of course, with the concentrating on the vertebrae of my spine, that's practically the same thing. It's a logical continuation of my work I was doing then, like 4 or 5 years ago. But maybe 6 years ago now.
I needed that.
Been doing this for a long time. So, but like, a lot of things you can track where it comes from. You can track what gods you may have pissed off. You can track what gods you pleased, or that are showering things on you. And if your mind is open, if your heart is open, but you do have some critical faculty, if you have one hand held open and one hand holding the sword of discrimination, of intellect, that's the way to go about it. But yeah, it's not that magic is replacing the physical phenomenon that magic is just forcing someone to do something. It's harmonizing the matter to you. In this case, I didn't manifest this. Astaroth manifested this, or rather, I manifested it by pleasing Astaroth, who sent these things my way. So that's sort of the more common power of being involved in magic and doing some of this work, is that why is a creative person able to come up with ideas, execute? Well, like, imagine or think about musicians who get on stage and they sing and they just keep going and going, and they have all this energy because they're connecting to the divine through their work. A musician, whether they are a magician or not, and explicitly, in a sense, in a subtle way, to make songs, to put pen to paper, to write even, is to perform magic.
I'd rather keep my skin on.
So there's just a lot to this sort of thing, and the occult is an investigation into some of these more subtle fringe things that tell us why certain things happen. Like, why is giving causing receiving? Why is there that relationship? And it's particular, and there's a consciousness element to it, but why does this happen? Isn't it, if we're in just a materialistic world, then chaotically sometimes things are given, sometimes things are received by one. So we can all see these relationships, or at least I suppose most people can see these relationships. What do we make of them? What is the true meaning behind them? And I think too often it's easy to get caught up in in simplistic explanations, in being in awe of some, passing similarities and not taking up a rigorous investigation and interrogation of the nature. That's the cult I'm talking about. I'm not a huge reader. I haven't read all the works of Crowley or Levi or Pike or I'm not super well read on it, but I am engaging in this investigation. I am engaging in the work. I am working. I am active in it. I'm very active in it, and that's the point of it, and that's the benefit of it. That's the why.